Hello and welcome to the Somatic Movement and Mindset podcast with me, clinical somatic educator and founder of Total Somatics, Heidi Hadley. The Somatic Movement and Mindset podcast has been designed to help you gain a deeper understanding to how your mind and body work. You will learn about your amazing mind and body and why over time you can feel pain, recurring injuries and poor posture. Within this podcast, I will teach you why this doesn't have to be your future or the norm for you. Would you like to learn how to reduce pain, move freely, and gain a new lease of life? Let's get started.
Hello and welcome back. Now, just before we get started, if I could encourage you, if you're watching this on the Total Somatics YouTube channel, to like, share, subscribe, and press the notification bell. So every time a new episode is released, you're the very first to find out. But also the way that YouTube works, it allows other people to hear and listen to this and watch this content. Okay, so let us get started with today's episode. And today's episode, we're going to be considering how we can keep our brain healthy with clinical somatic movement. Now, we're going to have a look at our wonderful, marvelous brain, and we're going to geek out a little bit and just come to have this real gratitude, a real appreciation for our wonderful brain. Because we live in a very exciting time in medicine. We have, with neuroscience now, all these techniques and basically all these machinery and all these different investigations that allows us to delve deeper into the world of our brain and how our nervous system works, and also to challenge some of the myths and the thoughts that were considered maybe like 20 years ago. Now, scientists have developed lots of specialized procedures, and I want to share with you today a specialized procedure that's allowed them, these are neuroscientists, to actually discover how many brain cells we have. Because there's always these different thoughts of how many we have. And there's always going to be a little bit of a range that we would consider. However, what they have noticed is that our brain contains 86 billion nerve cells. It's pretty impressive, isn't it? And those 86 billion nerve cells, they actually are joined by 86 billion support cells. And these are relying on you, and basically what they will do is they rely on tracking every thought and every muscle that you set in motion. So these nerve cells have like a little entourage. They have their little support system too. And all of this is helping you with tracking your thoughts and also your muscles and how that sets things in motion. And so researchers have discovered how the distribution of these nerve cells will vary according to their region. And I've got some really interesting little stats that I'd like to share with you. Because first of all, they discovered that the brain weighs 1.5 kilos. So it's not that heavy really, but it's packed with a lot because the cerebrum, which is 82% of the brain's mass, only has 19% of the brain's nerve cells. Whereas the cerebellum has 10% of the brain's mass, but contains 80% of its nerve cells. And the brainstem, that has 8% of the brain's mass, but it contains 1% of nerve cells. So the conclusion here has been made that the movement center of your brain houses the most brain cells we have. So when we're considering clinical somatic movement, this is really important to consider. Because when we are combining total somatic movement, mindset, and mindfulness, we integrate this into our practice, then we know that we're increasing our synaptic connections, or these neural connections, which is making our brain juicier and bigger. And it's basically keeping our brain nice and fresh and healthy. Because regular practice creates something called neurogenesis, which is the creation of new nerve cells. And if we have more of these nerve cells, it means the more that we do our clinical somatic movement, we allow these nerve cells to connect and create synapses or neural connections. And this is so important, again, for keeping a fresh, youthful, healthy brain. And we can create this somatic movement, which, again, creates this youthful, fresh brain, but also it allows us to stay curious, and it also allows us to be engaged with our practice. So instead of just getting stuck in a rut, when we're doing our practice, we are noticing all the time feedback from our body. We're taking total somatic principles into our daily activities, and what we're learning on the floor or standing or in a chair, we can take into other situations. And then what it does is it starts to wire up even more connections. So we become like little electricians in our own brain when we're doing our total somatic movement practice and integrating those principles and practices into our daily activities. We are still keeping a very youthful, healthy brain. And so I'd like to encourage you to consider that, could you start today? Could you start looking at how you can combine total somatic movement, mindset, and mindfulness? And I emphasize those three concepts because over the years working with people, and I've been doing this work now, working in the healthcare field since 2001, so in clinical practice, I've noticed what is missing and also what we can combine to bring in to really enrich people's lives. And so within total somatics, those three aspects of movement, mindset, and mindfulness are critical. So if you would like to start today to actually start spicing up your brain, getting the neurogenesis to occur, could I invite you to, there's two options we could do here. You could either go to the Total Somatics online shop by going to totalsomatics.com, click on the shop page, and you will see there are audios and there are video classes and there are workshops and digital courses there. So you could start today. However, if you want to delve deeper and you want my support to serve you and be very specific to what you need, plus enjoy the rich vault of material and support the content that's been sitting in that membership to serve you, please go to totalsomatics.com, click on the Join Now page, and that allows you the opportunity to join the Total Somatics online membership. And if the membership doors are closed at the moment, please leave your details on the wait list. And the next time we open the doors to the online membership, you will be the very first to find out. And it's a really beautiful community. There are people in over 30 countries around the world that are in the Total Somatics community. And I'd love you to come and join the beautiful community. And more importantly, really start to channel and focus on what you need. And with my ongoing support, I'm always there within the membership to support you. We can make a lot of changes and improvements with your well-being. So I look forward to you joining me in some way, either really delving deep within the membership, or if at this point you just want to visit the Total Somatics online shop, go to totalsomatics.com, click on the shop page, and then enjoy the content that's there. So until next time, all my love and my very best wishes. Take care. Bye.
Thank you for joining me today. If you've enjoyed this episode, please leave a rating and also forward this on to somebody you know will benefit. To learn more about pain relief, plus how to improve your health and well-being, go to totalsomatics.com. Until next time, take care.